Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanim. So we have some more XRP news. We're going to start here with a little bit of updates on the SEC versus Ripple versus XRP. And this is coming from cryptopolitan.com. And it goes as such: Ripple lawsuit, new twist as court dismisses SEC's request to seal. The SEC is just losing left and right. It is a great thing for XRP holders. Like I said, it seems like this judge knows exactly what's going on, has an inkling into what could possibly have been behind this particular lawsuit. I also see the SEC shifting focus from just on Ripple, right, exclusively, to other exchanges in crypto that they've been going after lately. So you see that also there is a spreading out of their army now, which means that they have diluted their force when it comes to Ripple. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to continue to fight, but it tells me that when you see an army start to disperse, they are weakened. They know that there's the possibility, a great possibility of loss. I know they acknowledge that it's not that the SEC wins every single time, but when it comes to the blockchains in the crypto industry, mostly they just fold and they pay the money. And they continue to lack clarity on what it is they're complying with in the first place. And so that can continue. That precedent is set. There is no precedent set with Ripple. And that's important for the bank coins. All right. Because if Ripple can pull this case off, Ripple wins this case, then all of the bank coins will be set free as a result, because they're all very, very similar. They have very, very similar utilities. And that precedent will expand across all of them, in my humble opinion. So especially if the SEC tries to take any of the other ones to court, it would be futile, because they all sort of do a similar thing: liquidity, agnostic bridge currencies, cross-border remittance, cross-border payments, B2B, C2C, working with banks, governments. They all are pretty much attempting to do the same thing. So let's just read this little tidbit. First bullet point: Ripple confidence boosted as court dismisses SEC's case. SEC's case. Well, I wish I misspoke. My apologies. Ripple confidence boosted as court dismisses SEC's request to seal documents. Second bullet point, according to court filings, intentional process privilege does not appear to protect speech. The continuing court dispute between both the Securities Exchange Commission and blockchain company Ripple, XRP, has taken a new turn when the presiding judge dismissed the SEC's demand to seal documents. There is going to be a lot coming out once we're able to see what's in those documents. According to court documents disclosed overnight by Ripple defense attorney James Fallon, the SEC was also directed to file a redacted version of the brief and exhibits as required by law. Okay, so, the deadline for the redacted version of the brief submission is June 14th. So now we have a date to look out for. And I expect a lot more to be coming out. I honestly believe that there's going to be a big discovery in some of these documents. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, Ripple just wants to win this case and get it over with. It's not necessarily about exposing the corruption within the SEC. However, I do believe that this could be a byproduct of the case, is that the SEC gets exposed. They already have been. Personally, I would say for Ripple to go all the way, honestly. But, they don't want to rock the boat too much. The SEC has deep legacy system ties, obviously, right? So, but we saw that in one of those unredacted emails, it was proven that Hinman was advised by another supervisory entity that what Hinman was engaging in was illegal conduct, and that illegal conduct continued after his warning. That means there's corruption there. Now, who wants to pick that up is the question. Why is no one taking action on that is the question. Now, maybe there'll be other actions taken after the case, but that is corruption exposed, which means that there should be a deeper look into that system. Because if one individual is doing that and felt the strength and the desire to continue that, because there was no ramifications, there was no punishment for that, right? So that means that others could possibly be doing the same because of the same lax system. Then that brings up another issue of why are there so many regulations, or rather regulation by enforcement activities against so many new companies that are above board and compliant, And yet the SEC itself, going by that one incident, we don't need a whole lot. It sets the precedent. That one incident, why the SEC is itself not regulated, itself not obeying any rules. That I think that, that opens up some interesting pathways and opens up and sets some pretty interesting precedents for anyone else that's going to go battle against the SEC. Now, and I would think that, like I said, Ripple doesn't want to rock the boat, but in my opinion, I say go for it all, because this ensures in the future that the SEC lacks any type of power over you, as they can be very upset if they lose this case, and they can cause you other problems in the future. Especially as now they're, certain governmental entities are looking to expand the powers of the SEC and other governmental bodies, regulatory bodies as well. So you never know the problems they may be able to cause in the future. I say eliminate them completely as an enemy by getting the fight over with now, right? You don't want to leave some fight left and then there's a round two later. Let's continue on here, right? So we have another article on U.Today, and it goes as such. It says, what's more, XRP BSC is on the first spot on that list. The native token of Binance Exchange, BNB, is in third place here, with ETH following in the fourth place. The Whale Stats team has spotted that in the past 24 hours. XRP token wrapped on BNB chain, formerly known as Binance Smart Chain, has found itself on the top 10 list of purchased digital currencies. Another very, very good happening. And I'm hoping that people know what they hold. A lot of these people don't really care about XRP, but if they understood that XRP is its primary focus is not really just cross-border payments, but B2B payments is trillions of dollars, right? Over $100 trillion. C2C is in trillions of dollars, right? Then we're looking at intrabank payments, low end $400,000 average payment value. Pretty good volume throughout the day. They're constantly moving money. They're moving trillions of dollars a day. If you're looking at FedWire, if you're looking at any of these intrabank payments. But then when you're talking about the top end, you're talking about $1 million in value per transaction on the top end. That's a lot of money. So, I mean, XRP can explode in price. So I think if people actually knew that, and they really, really don't, and they don't take the time to learn, a lot of people just see quick money plays and they just go for that. And quick money is not a bad thing. I say get money at the top and money at the bottom. Muy linda, mi gente, when getting money at the top and the bottom. It just sort of makes itself. But if they knew that, then I don't think that they would be, just selling their XRP like it's nothing, just using it to convert some stuff over to XRP, using it as a cryptocurrency rail, and then selling that XRP to obtain value. Listen, I haven't sold a single XRP yet, not going to. I'm in this for the long run. I know what I hold. I see the research. So that moves me on to another topic. When we're talking about XRP, walking in the footsteps of SDRs are known as paper gold. Why? When the SDRs were first created, it was made an equivalent to like 0.88 grams of gold, something like that. So it was pretty much a replacement for gold, not replacement, but a supplement for gold. So if you didn't have gold on hand or something like that, you can have your SDRs. You don't have to actually have bricks of gold stored anywhere. You can have your SDRs. They were an agreed upon supplement for gold. Now, SDRs began the same way that XRP did, having a decentralized particular reserve currency. That's what the SDRs began as, and I showed you the documents in a prior video. We've done some good videos as of recent. I hope everybody actually got a chance to watch them. They are jam-packed with information. That's why they're a little bit longer. XRP, same thing. Now they're the agnostic one world bridge currency. At least this is what they're trying to be. They have hundreds of financial institutions already set up. So what you're looking at is something that is akin to the new SDR. So now if SDRs are known as a supplement for gold, why wouldn't XRP be as well? The same people that are in control of SDRs, the International Monetary Fund, the Fed has deep hands in it too. I think Bank of International Settlements, they're all testing or involved with XRP to some capacity. Now, some of them just tested it. Some of them are interested in using it. We'll wait to see how they actually use these things. There's no guarantees, of course. That's not what we're here for, and this is not financial advice. But if those same people that peg the SDR to gold, to ensure its value, why wouldn't they be able to do the same thing in the future with XRP if they conscript and take over XRP? And I think that they will. The banks will buy everything. Now, also, look at what they've been saying about programmability from the Fed, also from the International Monetary Fund. Programmability of digital dollars, digital cash. They will control CBDCs and digital cash through programmability. Now, they're doing that under the veil of protecting commercial banks, because you can't have the CBDCs all come out all at once. It would be very damaging to the commercial banks, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. I just covered that deeply in a members only video. Make sure you give that a watch. It was a very good one in my humble opinion. And as one of my very, very esteemed members said, it's sort of like we're holding oil wells, and the more it's used, the more money we make. Very, very true. I agree with that. Now, back to what I was saying. Those same individuals, why would they not, if they buy up all the XRP to be used in the liquidity pools, liquidity hub, why would they not use that same programmability that they can use, and they have admitted, to devalue? This is one of the possibilities, so they can stop and prevent bank runs, which are happening right now all around the world. Bank runs again. Those banks have locked those people out of their accounts. You can't enter the bank, and the ATMs are not working. So you've probably heard a lot about that. Now, to stop that from happening, they don't want to any longer have to shut down the banks or ATMs. Just via programmability, if the people are using CBDCs, they can just devalue devalue whatever currency they're using as a CBDC. Let's say like a stable coin. They bring in an outside stable coin. They can devalue that and deincentivize you from wanting to remove your value from that CBDC or crypto, whatever they're going to be using. Not only that, via programmability, they can literally stop the flow of that. So what I'm saying is they control the value. I don't know how they're going to do it. Algorithm. They have an agreed upon thing that they want to do. I don't know how they're going to do it. A council, I don't know. Governance, voting, I don't know. But they are able to manipulate that price however they want, to a degree they've never been able to do before. If they can devalue it, they can increase the value as well. They can set a guaranteed value for a particular asset. And as they set that guaranteed value, they will have to come together. There will be agreements. Now, okay, so we're here on ScienceDirect.com. Listen to this. It says, in contrast, in this paper, we develop a new theory of optimal exchange rate pegs that are less than 100% backed. We develop a simple conventional model of speculative attacks with no aggregate uncertainty about the relative value of the currencies. Speculative attacks, speculation, when people are buying all of this particular crypto or stablecoin or whatever because it's hot or they need it. And then there's going to be a massive sell-off, creating a massive amount of volatility. That's what they're talking about. Okay, I'm trying to get through this quickly, so the video is not as long. I'm trying to keep a balance between long videos and short videos for those who like either one, but the long videos tend to be better for me as I get to convey more information. Let's continue on here. It says, in our model, some traders realize an immediate need for the reserve currency, and some traders do not. The latter are those who make profit from speculation, and that these shocks are independently drawn across traders. Under certain conditions relating the stock of reserve currency, the floating rate fundamental demand of the cryptocurrency, and the transaction cost of speculating, a canonical peg policy admits multiple equilibria, an equilibrium without an attack as well as one with an attack balance system. In the attack equilibrium, all agents, even those without an immediate need for the reserve currency, attempt to convert their domestic currency into the reserve currency at peg exchange rate. In other words, a sell-off, a dump. They're causing a correction, volatility, unwanted volatility. Under these same conditions, we show that a commitment here we go. Under these same conditions, we show that a commitment, agreed upon, a commitment to devalue the cryptocurrency if too many traders demand conversion into reserve currency, eliminates the speculative attack equilibrium and therefore stabilizes the exchange rate. It stabilizes the price. They just agreed on a value of a lower state. This is fabricated. This is fabricated. We show that a commitment to devalue, that's an agreement. A commitment, that's an agreement to devalue, which means what? It sets the precedent of agreements on value. Right in front of your face, right in front of your eyes, is the same thing that the Fed was just saying. Which means they can also do what? If it can go down, there's a balance. Law of polarity. opposites and paradoxes can be reconciled. Let's reconcile a paradox right now. Everything differs in degree, but like and unlike are the same. Paradoxes can be reconciled. If it can be devalued upon agreement, then the opposite must also be true. That the price can be raised upon agreement. There you have it. There you have it. We just discovered the unknown by taking the known and applying the law of reconciling of paradoxes. Everything in degrees, hot and cold, are the same. Where does hot end and where does cold begin on the thermometer? They are reconciled. They meet in the middle. The opposites meet in the middle. This means if they can devalue the currency, they can, by agreement, that they can also agree on a higher price. Now, if they agreed on that higher price of XRP, let's say XRP, let's just take $100 since that's what a lot of people have been saying. Let's say XRP goes to $100, which knowing what it can do, it might be able to go a little bit higher than that. Let's just say that. If you look at the trillions, it can move, but quadrillions, it could move over time, given time, not all at once, not immediately, over time. It could, not a guarantee, but if it goes, let's say, to $100 and everybody puts in sell orders or they use some sort of quantum computing, artificial intelligence to detect that there might be the sentiment of a sell-off coming, instability coming, and they devalue it. They just drop the value immediately to such a degree that it decentivizes people from selling. Guess what happens? They won't sell. They don't want to lose money, do they? You don't want to sell at a loss. Nobody does. And it would keep that price stable. They already set the precedent. They already set the precedent that they can agree upon any value that they want. As long as all the major parties involved agree on it. Banks, commercial banks, central, all of them agree. Hey, if they try to sell off, dump it to this price. And they won't sell because we don't want to sell at a loss. But also they can agree upon, let's raise it up to this price. Let's agree on here and keep it here stabilized because that makes the protocol efficient. If David Schwartz can say that it can't be dirt cheap, then obviously they have put that into briefings for others who are going to use the XRPL to understand and know as well that it's efficient at a higher price. The liquidity hub is more efficient at a higher price and they can stabilize it there using this is just one way that they can do it. But it sets the precedent for an agreed upon value. Not saying that that's a guarantee, but that is definitely on the table. I showed you an example, SDR's agreed upon value, that it's agreed upon that it would hold the equivalent of 0.88 grams of gold. Who decides that? These are some people in the room just decided that, right? Because they felt they had the power. That's agreed upon. That's it. It doesn't actually have that value. They just gave it to it. It's not gold, but they call it paper gold. You get where I'm going with this. So I'm just throwing it out there as a thought. It is definitely a possibility. And that would definitely take it out of the hands of retail and de-incentivize retail for the mass sell-offs that they think they're going to do. They listen. You think they didn't listen to all of the voices out there saying, when XRP goes to a high price, I'm going to sell. We're going to be generationally wealthy. They've heard the calls. They have their people out there. It's not the people at the top that listen. They have their people out there. And they gather information. This is what they do. They build programs that gather information so they can make better decisions about how they want to utilize the protocol, how to make the most money. They're not lazy with making money. They're not at all. They play for keeps. That's what I'm trying to do here. Play for keeps. So we must consider all these different possibilities. But so there you have it. Now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I just put out one of my best videos, I believe, in the members only section. Make sure you sign up there. And I hope you enjoy that video. Very potent in my humble opinion. I got another one coming very soon. So until next time, let's get to the money.